Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stassi. Thank you so much for being here today. Welcome to another bonus episode, but I am very excited to have Juby and Cozy Simmer here today to talk about the sixth season of the Builder Games. So thank you so much for coming here today.
Thank you for
Thank you
having
for having
us.
us.
Thank you for letting me be a judge, like for 6 seasons. But like it's really cool. I have watched this game grow from the seedling that it was to the amazing games that is today. So thank you, ladies, for letting me be a judge. But before we dive in and get to talk about this season, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and Juby? You go first.
Hi, you probably know me because I'm on here, I think, a lot. But my name is Juby. I build in The Sims, I create chaos in The Sims, and I've also created this little game called the Builder Games, which brings a lot of groups together and allows people to kind of collectively work together as a group to create something really big, which in my opinion was exactly that, a little tiny seedling, and now it's like this cool big thing that people know about and we get to do podcasts about, and it's like kind of cool. But yeah, my name's Juby. That's who I am. That's kind of what I do.
I love that. Cozy, how about you? And also welcome back, both of you ladies. I don't know if I've said that, but like welcome back. Cozy, how about
Thank
you?
you. I'm Cozy Simmer or Monica, and I've been helping Juby with the Builder game since season 2. You probably don't know me because I'm a bit smaller of a creator, but I build in The Sims. I play in The Sims. I am currently on a bit of a hiatus, but I still love helping with the Builder games, and I love seeing it, grow into what it has become so far, and excited to see what it will keep growing into.
Amazing. Well, let's not wait any longer. Let's talk about the sixth season. So talk to me about the theme and what inspired it.
Okay, so the theme, I have no clue. Like, as every season kind of just happens, I kid you not, they literally just happen. I will be sitting in my bed one day and I'll be like, wow, that's a really cool build idea. And I think it came from round walls. And we had round walls, and it was like, what if people had to build a cake? And then all I could think about was like building a cake, like a stack of cake tiers. And then from there, I was like, well, what about a pie? A pie would be kind of fun. And then it just became like, just desserts and the whole theme of like pink, cute bistro type things. And yeah, I don't know. It was just kind of, it came out of nowhere. But I'm pretty excited about it. There's a lot of fun things with it.
I love that. Were you also inspired by the literal bistro kit that just came out?
That came out way after. This has been a plan since like, I don't know, February, like
Okay.
maybe like March or February. Like it's been a while that it's been in plans. But the bistro kit came out and I was like, we needed that.
I love that. And with the new expansion pack out, how do you think the builders are going to be able to incorporate those items and everything in to the builder games?
I think there's a lot of cool signage in this new pack, and there's a lot of cool wall art that I think will be really neat to be able to add on as like decorations. There's also these things called ceiling stars that like they've added in as a light fixture. It's very fun. You look up at your ceiling and it's filled with stars. So I'm like, I wonder if somebody can tool mod that and change it to like the side of a cake kind of thing. So, and like, or chocolate chip cookie sprinkles. Yeah, I was thinking about that with a couple different things.
I, I love that. How many people have signed up so far?
We're currently on 27 builders and 11 judges who have applied.
Oh my goodness. Are there any returning contestants that you're excited for to come back this season?
Yeah, there are quite a few. If I count this quickly, I am seeing 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 out of 15 are people who have previously, like in one of the earlier seasons, competed as well. So that's
Amazing.
quite cool.
Amazing. Hey, that speaks volumes of people wanting to come back and continue
Yeah.
to participate in the games. How many weeks is it going to be?
This one is 5 weeks, I
Okay.
believe. Yeah, there's like
Yeah.
sorry, there's about 5 weeks. I believe there's an introduction week as well included in that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's.
so yeah, it's a short and sweet season, quite literally.
I love that. And what can the builders expect each week? Are there shells? Like, because there were no shells last season. Are the shells back? What can you tell us? Sneak peeks can you give us about what the shells look like?
So the biggest thing about the shells is that I really hope you're not afraid of round walls, because that is what this whole entire season is based off of. It is, we have been given round walls and I want to use them. Um, so yeah, there's a couple shells that aren't round. Like there's a couple that like you get to make your own. Sort of like in a previous season, we did Coraline's Cozy Corner,
Mhm.
and you got to build your own storefront. There's another one where you get to build your own storefront. Um, so yeah, you get to do that. But most of them, every challenge has a shell. So it's a little bit of a scaled down season. Like it's a shorter
Yep.
season, it's scaled down a little bit. It's more, we got a lot of feedback about how last season was so big and it required so much work, which was fine because to be fair, we kind of advertised it as it was going to be a really big season with a lot of work. But yeah, it's exciting that this season is just going to be a little bit smaller. So it's kind of geared towards maybe smaller creators that are willing to kind of try for the first time.
I love that. And then because we had so many returning people that want to be on there, what if a builder is listening to this and says, you know what, I didn't make it on this season. I'm such a small creator. Should I get myself into like apply for the next season? What would you say to them?
I would say
Absolutely.
everybody, like, yeah, exactly, absolutely just apply. Because when we put everyone through our little spinny wheel, it's giving everybody a fair chance to come back. Like we always have, if there's not enough new players, we have returning players. And we will put on the spinny wheel of returning players and new players. So everybody gets a good chance and there's a good percentage of like returning and new. Um, But if we were to get like I'm just speaking honestly here, but if we were to get like say 100 people and 75% of them were new players,
Mhm.
I would probably say there's no returning players and we would just allow the new ones to come in
Okay.
because everybody wants to get a fair shot. And like returning players, I love you with all my heart. You literally keep the games going. But I would love to give a chance to like new people.
I think that's such a great answer. The only reason I asked that was a very specific question. As a judge for the last 6 seasons, I have people ask me quite frequently of how can I be on the Builders games? I know you're a judge. And I'm like, apply? And
Yeah.
they're like, but we didn't get in. I'm like, apply again? And like fingers crossed. Or they're like, can you tell Juby that like we're friends and we can get in? I'm like, I can. I can't make promises, but I can. No, okay, that's awesome. And you talked about like the shells are obviously like a lot of circular walls. What desserts can we expect to see?
So there is cake, pies, cookies, and then there's a final dessert, which you get to actually pick from 4 different desserts as your favorite one, and then you build a shell off of them.
Okay. Now, I was thinking about this question because as like literally a pastry chef, like this is like my niche, and I can literally hear all my culinary teachers say, just because it's a cake shell, don't fucking lean into it. Be fucking creative. Step outside the fucking box. What are you expecting to step out of the box for when you see these builds every week?
I mean, we're allowing to have like it's kind of it's hard because with like console builders, I have to take into account that not that they can't do what computer builders can do. It's just they're definitely more limited. So we are allowing to have tool mod because we've kind of just integrated that into it at this point. But that doesn't mean that like we've seen in previous seasons, the console builders like show up and I'm
Mhm.
afraid of them at this point. Like somebody messaged me on Instagram the other day. They're like, I'm a console builder. How do I build on a console? And I had to be like, I have no clue. I have literally no clue how you guys do this.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that like between what the console builders can do, what tool mod can do, what just the creativity of simmers in general, what they can kind of do to create these shells that aren't just houses, but they actually are like works of art and statues in a way.
Amazing. Like, again, like I'm gonna be like, I'm taking off the gloves this season. I'm not gonna be like everyone's 5 stars. Like this is my season. This is my fucking this is like the literally only thing I make in The Sims is bakeries. So like I am going to have my fine glass and being like, that's not how a bakery oven looks like. That's not how a kitchen looks like. That is a very interesting display cabinet. But no, I'm very excited for these games. So it's a condensed season, so 5 weeks. So when does it start and when does it end?
It starts, like the first challenge starts August 11th, which means that like the last challenge, like we're not incorporating the introduction simply because like it's not required, etc. And the last challenge should end on September 8th.
That is a very condensed season. Oh my goodness.
Absolutely.
No, that's exciting. Now I know we talked about this a little before, but I'm gonna manifest it. You are celebrating your 6th season. Kev the Builder, podcast friend, love him so dearly, is also celebrating the 6th season of Bake Off. I'm visualizing a collab here. Can we make this happen? Like, what are your ladies' thoughts?
I mean, if Kev wants to, I'm
Yeah.
so game. I think that'd be so
Absolutely.
fun.
100%.
Like
Would be
literally
so
just
cool.
turn one of the builds into like an actual kitchen where they like have to bake off in. Like I don't know. Like I'm visualizing this. I'm gonna text Kev after this and be like, hey, just a thought. I'm trying to manifest this. I'm just the collab that everybody doesn't know that they want, but once they have it, they'll be so happy.
Oh yeah, I agree. I think it would, and I think his theme is like 80s as well, which is really fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
So whoever maybe wins a challenge could like integrate somehow into Bake Off, which is like I'm now manifesting this as well. So Kev,
Yeah.
if you hear this,
Please reach out.
directly into your ear right now.
Be like, hello, Kev. It's Stassi. Make this happen. Love you.
This is your voice of reason talking.
Oh no, could you imagine if we actually all three of us were the voice of reason for
Yeah.
somebody? Oh my God.
Oh,
They would be in trouble.
I think
lot
we'd
of
kill it.
trouble.
I think we'd be great.
You guys would be like like the sweet, innocent, don't do it. I'd be like, fucker, to go do it. You're like, maybe we shouldn't, eat ice cream. I think you should eat the whole fucking box.
Always, always.
Yeah. Buy a second box just to be sure.
Yeah, exactly. Just have it, just spare it out. Like, or you're like,
Yeah.
maybe I'll just have one jube. No, it's a bag.
No.
And then
Yeah.
I will finish that off with a bag of chips too, because
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah.
Well, ladies, I'm very, very excited for this season. I'm opening this up to to the 30-second elevator pitch. Why should we be so excited for this season of the Builder Games?
I think for this season, it's not only going to be short and sweet. I love that pun. It's my favorite thing right now. But it's also, there's no eliminations. So there's not going to be eliminations on this season, which has kind of been a big thing on past seasons that not everybody wants to feel the feeling, I want to say, of rejection, which is like totally valid. And I totally understand that. So this season, we've decided to just like axe the eliminations. And every week there's going to be a winner. So there's not one solid winner. There's just a winner for every single challenge. Which kind of makes sense because then we get to have a couple different winners at the end of the season. Whoever has the most amount of points eventually, because there's a point scoring system and all that kind of stuff, will be a technical winner. But yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun because there's a lot of fun challenges. They're a lot smaller scale. You get to be really, really creative in like a little box type of creativity rather than like having to use every brain cell possible to come up with a build for us, because I understand that is a lot of work for some people. So yeah, so that's kind of, I don't know. I think if you haven't applied before, I think this is the season to apply to.
Amazing. Well, ladies, thank you so much for, coming here today. Where can everybody follow the Builders Games this season?
We have Instagram, we have Twitter. I think it's TS4 Builder Games
Yeah.
on Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah.
And then from there, you have our link tree, which has all of our links in it, including our, what are those
Discord.
called? Yes, our Discord also has all of our information.
Yeah.
Discord is where we regularly like update everything. But the application forms can also be found in the Discord as well.
Amazing. Well, the links will be below. Please, 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 if you're listening to this, please go check out the Builder Games this season. I can't wait for it. I will be fangirling every week and being like, so I liked your build and it's awesome. Like you actually made it look like a real bakery. So I'm really excited to see the creativity. I've continuously watched this game grow over the past 4 years now.
Yeah, I think it's 4 years.
3 or 4.
Yeah, 3 or 4.
3 or 4 years. I'm really excited to see where this season is going to land. And thank you, ladies, so much for coming back here today. Where can we find your personal channels? Juby, you go first.
You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. Recently got YouTube partner, so YouTube.
Congratulations. I meant to say
Thank
that.
you.
Congrats.
Yeah, so you can find me at Jubiesims at all of those types of locations.
Amazing. Cozy, where can we find you?
You can find me, and like I don't really exist there, but I am alive somewhat on Instagram and Twitter under cozy_simmer.
Amazing. Well, the links are going to be below. Please go follow these ladies. Go follow the Builder Games. I can't wait to see how this unfolds. Again, and thank you so much for coming here today. I'm going to do the tiniest of self plugs because I have to get better at this because I always feel so guilty.
Do it. Do it.
So, I have my first machinima coming out later this year. Juby has assisted me with this, and I can't wait to finally share more information with you. We will have a panel at the Machinima convention the last week of August, so please stay tuned for details as we will have most of the cast sit down and talk about their experiences filming this machinima. So please, please, please stay tuned for that. I love OMG Sims. He's made my dreams come true. He's an absolute phenomenal creator. So please stay tuned for that. And if you're listening to this episode and being like, man, you don't put out many episodes anymore. What the heck? Well, this is a bonus episode. Season 2 is still continuing on, but don't you worry. Season 3 is right around the corner. It's coming sooner than you think. So if you want to be a guest on Season 3, please reach out to me. Send me an email, send me a DM. I don't care if you have 1 follower or a million followers. Everybody deserves a spotlight. So please, please, please reach out to me. As well, this podcast has been sponsored by RSS. They are my where I get my podcast, my hosting streams. I've been with them since day one. They're absolutely amazing. It is so easy to start a podcast with them. Out of everything I do to make this podcast run, they are the easiest. So if you want to create your own podcast, you're listening to this and like, I can create a better podcast than you. Let's do it. Let's do a podcast wars. It's so easy. It's so simple. It's just so easy to get started. So the link will be below if you would like to start your own podcast with RSS along with my creator code. Well, ladies, it has been an absolute pleasure. Please go check out the Builder Games, and I'm very excited to see what this season holds for everybody. Have a great rest of your day, everyone. Bye.
Bye.